Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Chicago White Sox March to October. Sorry for keeping you guys in suspense for a few extra days, but we are ready today to start the ALCS against the Mariners for the second year in a row, actually. Last year in this March to October, so what would have been 2023, was the Mariners breaking their postseason curse, but we put an end to their hopes and dreams by beating them in the ALCS, and we're looking to do that again this year. So we're going to have a pretty similar plan to today's episode that we did for game one of the Houston series. We're going to scout them out. We're going to take a look at what their team looks like, and we're just going to worry about game one. So let's see what they've done this year. First of all, they won their division series 3-1, just like we did. They finished with a 100-win season. They won 101 games to win their division. That would have to be, it's the second highest win total in the league, or in the American League. Oh, and yeah, I completely forgot because the National League had no 100-win team. So yeah, this is the second best team in terms of record that we have to face now. They're the 10th ranked team though in terms of the overall ranking there at the top. Seems like they're pretty solid in just about everything. I'm actually kind of surprised. Well, we'll have to see what their team looks like because I'm going to be a little surprised to see how they're ranked 10th and not better. So looking at their offense, they have Colton Wong. They've had him for 2 years now. He probably did a little bit worse than the season before actually, but still pretty solid actually. They got JP Crawford, who's up to an 83 now. These guys are like identical at the plate. Wow. He had his best season this year. 41 doubles, 17 bombs. Average got up close to 300. On base way up there. That's a pretty good piece for them. Ty France is up to an 87. Slugging went down for him this year, but he still, I would say, had a pretty good year. They got Kyle Lewis still on their team at an 82. He's had a good couple of years. 36 bombs this year. I mean, I guess he does have 90 power, so that makes sense. Jared Kelenic is up to an 87, and I think we checked in on him, or at least I've consciously looked at his numbers earlier this year, and he was having a really good year. He developed a crazy amount this year. He might be a problem now. A lot of development to that hitting. He hit 42 home runs. He finished with over 40 home runs. Batted over 300. Got on base almost 40% of the time. OPS is over 1,000. His WAR was 7.4. Crazy year for him, man. They have Candelario. They got him from Detroit after last season. He put together what you could probably consider his best year. 2 away from 30 homers, a lot of doubles, 5 triples too, actually. He okay, I mean, and everybody here has had a really good year, and they are just kind of good players. I mean, look at this whole lineup, actually. It's not quite as impressive as our starting lineup, but like top 7 are all over an 80. You got one guy that's not, but it's Nimmo, and then another 80. They got Suarez still on the bench. He hardly played. And then Julio Rodriguez. He's had an interesting one in this March to October universe. He played that first year, and then they sent him down. They brought him back up probably right at the end of the season because he only played in 2 games. He's only a 75 overall, and this is actually funny because this does go back to the rosters at the very beginning of this year. And I do remember also, like, through the years, ever since Julio Rodriguez like was in the game as like a card in Diamond Dynasty or a minor leaguer, they always did kind of have him as not that fast, which is weird that they always had him at kind of like middle of the road speed, and then all of a sudden he gets called up and it's like, oh yeah, no, it turns out he's actually like the fastest guy in the league. But yeah, he's not developed yet. I mean, you never know. He could have a year like Kelenic. He could shoot up. He's only 23, so he's got time. It's just he is not the Julio Rodriguez that we came to know this year. So yeah, I mean, their offense is very good. I mean, it's probably, if you look back to last year, it's probably very similar, just with the addition of Candelario, because they didn't have him the year before. And their young guys got better. Like Kyle Lewis probably went up 3 or 4, and overall Kelenic went up who knows how much. France went up a bit. Crawford went up. This Ford guy, I mean, they're just like the team we played last year, but better. How about on the pitching side though? Maybe that's where they kind of missed the mark, and it kind of looks like it. I mean, their starting pitching looks solid. Robbie Ray is their ace at an 88. He had a pretty good year. Logan Gilbert's their second guy at an 86. It looks like he's done. He didn't have that good of a year. 4.5 ERA, not a ton of strikeouts. I mean, he did get better than the year before. They got Taijuan Walker back, the homecoming, and he did okay. Chris Flexen, and then Emerson Hancock. They brought up a prospect. Oh, they brought him up last year too, and he didn't do too well. I don't know how much we'd see him though. They got Gonzalez as long reliever. They got Hector Neris, who might actually be kind of difficult to hit with that splitter and a hard sinker, and he was really good on the year too. Matt Whistler had a good year too. Okay, so far all three of these relievers we looked at, not impressive in terms of overall, but they've all had good seasons. Casey Sadler, another good season. Everyone out there has had a good year. Paul Sewald with probably the worst year so far. Andres Munoz is only a 77. I'm kind of surprised about that, and he didn't even pitch. They didn't even have him brought up for this season. And then Diego Castillo, still their closer like last year. He was still really good. He took a step back though from last year. And that's it. I would say this is not a team to write off, but I mean, one glance at our team will show you that we still on paper should be the easy favorites. One other thing though about our team that I forgot to mention at the beginning. So remember how for the division series we had Colson Montgomery still up in the bigs after September. He's still there. He's still on the team. However, on the pitching side, Dylan Bundy is going to be in our bullpen for at least this series. I've never seen it before where the CPU makes a roster adjustment during the postseason. But I mean, hey, we got those crazy fast track games with him. He went up like crazy. He's an 80. He could be a solid guy to turn to if we need someone. I still don't know what's going on with our lineup versus righties. It took away our ability to have a DH. I guess I should try and be smart here. Move Severino, who looks like he'll be stuck batting. At least we can move him down to the 9 hole for game 2. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, I remember to change that back before Ohtani's next start. I don't know. It's kind of annoying. You'd think the game with Ohtani on the cover would have it figured out when it comes to how to use Ohtani. But anyway, it's time for game 1. It's time to start the ALCS. We have a 2-run lead on Seattle in the 6th. We're going to have to stop a little bit of a rally though. They got 2 on with 2 outs. We get out of this, clean 3 more innings, and we have a 1-game lead. Ohtani might be done, man. He might be cooked for today. He's in the yellow right as we're loading in here against Nimmo. Everything he's given up so far is in this inning already. He gave up a homer to Ty France, it looks like. And I'm thinking, maybe we should check to see if Ohtani's due up. Then maybe we could soldier through, get 1 more out, and then he could make a difference at the plate. You'd think, even though this whole postseason Ohtani pitcher hitting situation has been messed up, at least for that first series, I was kind of under the assumption that at least when Ohtani pitches, he's going to be hitting. Even if he can't hit the rest of the games, at least when he's pitching, he'll be in that lineup. But no, we got a DH today. The pitcher is not hitting for us. And you know who our DH was? Dylan Cease. I don't know how things have gotten this messed up. What is going on? And probably the crazier thing is he's actually contributed by hitting a double and scoring a run. We have another Eloy homer on the books, and Zach Collins wanted 1 for himself. So that's where our 4 runs have come from. And I think I am going to pull the plug on Ohtani here. We'll get Aaron Bummer in with Nimmo up next. Try and get this 1 out. Gotta make sure we get this lefty-lefty matchup here, because even though the next guy is not that great, he is still better against lefties as a righty. Maybe throw a strike, Aaron? I mean, we're right there twice. They both are strikes, if we're being honest. All right, we should be able to make this play, right, Collins? No? Okay. Things are going well. Bummer, he'll do it himself. Hit right back to him. Nice play. No harm done by the dribbler. Let's get some more insurance. I also did see, I forgot to point it out, but yeah, Robbie Ray's done. They already took him out for Marco Gonzalez. And he throws slow. Good to know. Okay, so I was early on that first pitch fastball, and then I'm late to strike out. Vaughn under that, and even 92 power is not going to carry it. Man, every at-bat just makes me more and more disappointed in Vaughn. He had such a good first year. Oh my God, Cease. I forgot about this. Oh, okay, we can pinch hit for a DH, right? Who do we want? It is a lefty in, so maybe Leury would make the most sense. Yeah, let's just do it. Why not? Let's get Leury in here. Not gonna have too many more chances to use him. Is he gonna get a hit? That is dropping in. There we go. And that gives Eloy a chance with a runner on, which in this postseason is good. Isn't it kind of crazy that last year, when, like it's saying right now, Eloy was the MVP, he did not really do well in the postseason? Like he had, oh, and I made a good swing on that. But he had a couple of really clutch home runs, I remember, but like overall in the postseason, he batted like under 150, I think. But now this year in the postseason, he's the guy. He's going deep like every game. I think he was batting over 350 before that at bat. We got Bummer in here for 2 more batters. They got Wong and Crawford up back to back. So hopefully we can get 2 outs with that, and there's 1, and there now we see another mistake that I didn't figure out right away with TA playing second. Actually, now it does make sense. I wonder, I was assuming all of our problems were just on our lineups against righties, but we weren't even facing a righty today. There was a lefty on the mound. It was Robbie Ray. To have a lefty on the mound and still have pitcher hitting issues, I mean, okay, so it would make sense if we do have a DH scheduled to appear against lefties, and if Shohei was pitching, that's how it worked all season, where someone else would be the DH. But why would the game pick Dylan Cease to DH? Now that makes me want to go back and look at all of my pitchers' hitting stats to make sure it wasn't sneakily doing that every once in a while in the regular season. All right, we'll give Johnny Lasagna the Ty France at bat here. Hopefully he should be able to handle this. I don't know. I mean, if he does get out of this inning, they got Kyle Lewis and Kelnick up back to back. TA? Oh no. Okay. Well, now we gotta deal with it now. Because what I was gonna say is Kyle Lewis is better against righties, and so is Kelnick. So I probably would have brought in Crochet for that inning, but now we gotta get hopefully Lewis here with a righty. Let's just go up and in and see what happens with the Heat, and he was behind it. Perfect. Okay. Miguel Sano in the postseason in the ALCS specifically against the Mariners. The fans and the players in this universe, they might be having nightmares right now thinking back to last season. Sano, I think, hit either 4 or 5 home runs in the ALCS against Seattle last year. Oh, no way, dude. Why am I having trouble with Marco Gonzalez? Actually, it makes complete sense. Go back to the start of this season, and for whatever reason, I had all kinds of trouble against starting pitchers coming out of the bullpen. Man, it is a good thing we had the lead already, because the more at-bats I take, the more I lose confidence. Oh, that'll do something. That's tailing away against the shift. That actually has carry to leave? Wow, okay. Off the bat, I didn't think that was gonna go, but Zach Collins, maybe he's the man in the postseason here. That's 2 homers for him today. He'll be this season's Sano. He'll be the guy the Mariners have nightmares about next year. He is so good in this postseason, and now Moncada's gonna keep it going out of the 9 hole. Oh, but I'm late on that. I don't understand. I guess everyone we're set to face this inning is better against righties, so we may as well bring in the lefty. Get Crochet another appearance in the postseason here. He's doing well so far. All right, good. Good, we did it. What we did, I don't know, but we did it. Oh, it's a good thing that Collins hit the homer he did, because now we're just right back to where we were. I don't know how I hung that slider that bad. I mean, if you want to know the exact kind of thing not to do in the postseason, is look at where that pitch ended up. Are we going to be saved by this? Oh, we are. We're not. I mean, fair enough, because we shouldn't have gotten it out on that anyway if it didn't hit Crochet, but at that point, can we not just tag him or step on the base? Okay. Hung another slider and got lucky that time. There we go, Nimmo chasing that slider. One more here, Crochet. Out in front of the circle change. All right. I don't like the home run allowed, but at least that's all that happened. We kept it to 2. A 2-run lead, I guess, is what I meant to say. Luis Robert. Oh, I thought that had more behind it. Vaughn. Did I get a hit with him? There we go. Leary, buddy, come on. Eloy, no way, that didn't do better than that. That's more on the game than me. I'll finally take the blame off of myself for something like that. Alright, well, I'm trusting Hendricks to close this one, even with back-to-back lefties to start it for them. Crochet was already, There we go, getting long on the knuckle curve. That actually caught me off guard. I wasn't ready to call a strikeout there. I thought that would get fouled off. Maybe Liam Hendricks is back on form here in the postseason. I actually, now I think about it, I don't even know if we used him in the first series. If he's blowing a pitch like that by him, he really might be back. But the knuckle curve gets him. That's 2 strikeouts in a row on that pitch. And a pop fly on the first pitch. Vaughn's there. He's got it. There we go. I don't know why I felt so like riled up and stressed about this game 1, because honestly, was it ever really in doubt? I don't know. I just feel like kind of all the Ohtani stuff got to me there. All right, good solid game 1 there. Zach Collins might be the man. And let's see what game 2 is going to look like. Are we just going to get handed this postseason? We got handed that last game against Houston. We got handed game 1. No, we got to work for it. Tied at 1 in the 7th. But we are going to keep it right there. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button for me if you enjoyed today's episode. And we are getting so close to that 900 subscriber mark, man. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button for me. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and if you enjoy my videos, that's the best way to let me know. But guys, thanks for watching today, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time.